Yes, sir. All right. I had to get a long, good intro for that because we got the GOAT in here, literally Treydagoat.
Yes, sir.
My guy. What's up? How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good, man.
Good. You and your daughter looking good, man.
That's his twin.
Beautiful, man.
Thank you.
How old is she?
7 months.
What's her name?
Kalani, Samora, Anthony.
Oh, man.
You came up with that one?
Yeah.
That's tight.
I did.
I got flavor in it.
Yeah.
That's hard.
So, I mean, let me ask you this. I'm going to go straight into it. Being that you have a daughter, that means you've stepped into a new chapter of your life, fatherhood, right? So, I see your pictures and everything already, and I see you started, about 2 years ago from your Instagram?
Yeah, about 10th grade.
Yeah. So, with your drive from that already, and now you have a daughter, can you kind of like go into that, how things changed from like when you originally got inspired to now?
I wouldn't say nothing really changed. I just gotta invest a little bit more time with her. You feel me? Other than that, nothing really changed.
Yeah.
She's a lot. She's a handful though.
Really?
For sure.
Really? I see. That's why I said, you trying to get on the mic now? You want to say something? No?
A few words to the people.
That's fine. Give her about 2 years. She probably gonna be talking all over microphones and cameras. Little star in the making.
Fact. She's on the star.
Right. So let me ask you. You from Charlotte?
Yes.
Born
Charlotte,
and raised?
North Carolina. Yes, a fact.
So I know we talked off camera for a little bit with your Harlem connections, and I don't know it's because you talked about that, but I hear the northern like accent.
I was gonna say that too. Like,
right?
You really from Charlotte?
Right? Yeah. Right?
It don't sound like you. From
Okay.
Charlotte.
Nah, I'm around a lot of New York people, so like, I guess I picked up the accent over time. Yeah, that's a fact.
So let me ask you about. Well, first let me ask this: how's business and your clientele in Charlotte?
I'm pretty solidified in Charlotte. I think I want to kind of like venture out a little bit. So that's why I've been traveling a lot more, you know, New York, Miami, Atlanta, you know, so just a little venture off.
How do you like get your name out there? It's like, you know, other markets, you know, because once you build that home following, you know, you kind of got that on lock. If you exhaust that, how do you kind of spread your wings out into other places?
Social media, network and word of mouth. People just talk about me all the time, you know. So I guess my name is out there.
Right.
So
I mean, your work speaks for itself.
I was about to say that.
Cause like I mean, I told you off camera, but coming up here, me and Jess was talking about you, and I was just like, yo, his work is fire. I've been seeing. I think when we started following each other, it was sometime around last year, or a year and a half ago, something like that. And I just saw like your picture. I'm like, damn, yo, these are fire.
Nah, I appreciate that.
And you told me a little bit of sauce. I ain't gonna spoil on camera. You told me a little bit of sauce how you kind of get everything working and everything.
Yeah.
So for you to have what you have and like make it work, I just think that's amazing.
No,
and what I like about that is that it kind of goes towards that young ingenuity that us black folks have. Like we can work with whatever we have and make like great works of arts and stuff like that.
No, that's a fact.
So how big do you see yourself within like the next 5 years?
I really want to do more than just the camera stuff. I got a lot of things I want to kind of do, but I want to be a celebrity photographer for sure.
Yes.
I mean, I kind of am already, but like not like contracted.
Right.
You know.
Right.
I was gonna ask. So with you like having like desire or like aspirations to be a celebrity photographer, that would like, would you want to go on tour like with artists?
Of course.
Would you bring baby girl with you? Or?
Nah, she couldn't go. And I mean, it depends on what kind of artist it is too, a caliber artist. Cause a lot of stuff goes on behind the scenes, you know,
right.
confrontation, shit like that.
It's
I didn't know if I was supposed to.
It's a lot going behind, especially the entertainment. A lot of things the fans don't see that you behind the camera. You see literally everything.
See everything. That's a fact.
Right.
Staying with these artists, you know. So
what's like a crazy on tour experience that you had, like as a photographer?
I haven't had an on tour,
or just like an experience period.
Definitely Stunna for Vegas. He's lit. He's definitely lit. Like animated all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So how do you feel within the last few years, North Carolina? You think they're getting their just due, or you think this is just the beginning as far as like the local talent that's here?
Ooh, I definitely would say we just starting. Like
Just starting.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely. I got a couple artists that I'm working with that I really believe in, you know?
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Shout out to Sheed from the Foe.
Yeah, go ahead. Let everybody fly. Go ahead. So, man, because, like, kind of like with me growing up, I saw Raleigh. I saw the potential. We were talking about this on the way up here. Like, I seen the potential always here in North Carolina because I lived in Raleigh for majority of my life. I stayed up here in Charlotte for like a couple years as well. But seeing everything now kind of culminate and come together, I'm like, damn, bro, there's a lot of people popping off. Like, we just recently had a festival in Raleigh. We got people like you, Shell, No Name here. That's here just in Charlotte right now. Yeah. Stunna, The Baby. I don't feel like I don't have to mention Nicole. Yada yada yada. Big Purr right here. Yeah. You know.
Oh yeah. Shout out.
Word, you do music too?
I do clothes actually. I make clothes. I'm wearing my brand right now. Actually.
Word.
Charlotte got Jay Reed.
You got a website?
I do actually. I shut it down for the festival he was talking about to run the hype up, but I'm gonna definitely. I got you. Don't worry about that. I'm gonna tap in.
Yeah, I'm about to say y'all plugged in now. But I mean, just seeing everything come in the last few years, it just makes me very proud, and like it kind of gives us the beginning of putting our names on the map. Now I don't know if we'll be up there with Atlanta, New York.
Eventually, if
we can.
But yes,
we have potential.
We gotta believe it though. Like Atlanta always had a swag about them that allowed them to get to that point. Before Atlanta was what it is now, they were still cool as hell. Like amongst each other, they had the coolest thing. So I think North Carolina, we gotta stop trying to be Atlanta, New York, and be North Carolina, be who we are, you know. Because like I say, Atlanta, they was white tees and baggy pants, and you couldn't tell them nothing. You know what I mean? So it's like we gotta have that confidence, you know what I mean? So that and that identifiable brand or identity, so people could think, yo, he wearing this, he from NC.
I mean, but not only that though, but I feel like as people, we should come together in Charlotte because I don't feel like we really support each other.
That's how it is in Raleigh though.
Like Atlanta, when you look at Atlanta and New York, like they help each other. Like
family there.
Yeah, Charlotte doesn't have that.
I think it's because like if you look at like the demographic and the way the geography is set up, like New York is like an inner city. Like they right there. You in Harlem, you right there. You in the Bronx, right there. You like in Brooklyn, Canarsie, in your project, you gonna see everybody there on the regular. Raleigh is kind of spaced out, so you can be over here. You can be on North Raleigh, which is like nicer. And then you got an artist on the south side. That's a 25-minute drive. We don't have no public transportation, so it's no way for them like to kind of link up or whatever. And like Charlotte does have like the little train system, but it's still kind of like very spread out. Atlanta is like still inner city. They're kind of close connected. I think the geography kind of plays a part in that, based on the layout of the areas.
I totally agree. Because in Atlanta, everybody's right there in the city. You go out there, you still got your neighborhoods. People are also still close and connected because of different reasons. I feel like I don't have to say. And then also too, you got connected cities that's still kind of cool, like Gwinnett, Decatur, all that. Everybody's still kind of like got that love for it. But hopefully within the next few years, I think we'll have that for ourselves because when you look at Texas, when you look at Memphis and stuff like that, I feel like we have the potential to be that and then kind of then some.
Yeah, because Memphis kind of really just started. I don't want to say started, but like
you're right. You're right.
But as far as popping, like
now
they're popping like Atlanta now. Like they have mad artists coming out.
But let's go back to like name the Project Pat and 3-6 had it on a lot.
Yeah.
Like Memphis been on. They not.
I'm saying multiple people though at once. You know.
Okay, I can just saying like streaming. I mean like relevant at the same time.
Yeah, like I don't even have to name them. Like they all at the top right now.
At the top.
But I think that goes back to like they have an identity. North Carolina, we don't have an identity yet. Like J. Cole and DaBaby are two totally different artists. when you hear Pooh Shiesty talk and Young Dolph. You can kind of hear like how they're slang, the way they say things. Yeah. It's kind of identifiable. Houston, they known for that lean culture. They all kind of say things a certain way. Mm-hmm. New York, that ass shitting me. You know, you know what I mean? They kind of have that. Like that's a fact. They have that identifiable factor. In North Carolina, we don't have the identifiable factor yet. So once we have like that, and then the confidence to go with it, it's to the moon. You know.
Well, hold on. Let me ask you, like, what made you want to kind of get into everything? Don't give me no cliche.
Nah, for real. Yeah. I'm gonna give you the real. Like, so 10th grade, I always watched like a lot of YouTube, like, and I would just come across photographers on YouTube. One in particular, Volandis. He's out of Detroit, Michigan.
Oh, he's fire. But he give all the tutorials.
He gave me really the inspiration to pick up the camera.
Yeah. I think he shoot film, right?
Yeah, he shoots film now. But yeah, I reached out to him. He reached back to me and everything. So like, just for that, like, it just gave me more inspiration to just keep it going. Because I could be him, you know what I'm saying, and really giving back to the community too. So like, 10th grade, I ordered a camera around Thanksgiving that year, and
Black Friday.
Yeah.
Smart.
I asked my mom. I was like, "Mom, can I like spend $500? Like, let me just like 500, something cheap." Right. She knew I was serious, so she allowed me to spend the money, and I would just take it to school during lunch and just tell people to come to the brick wall. That if they went to Hardin, they know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. The brick wall in the back, and I would just tell them to just pose, and we just take pictures there. Yeah. And that's where it started. Yeah.
So all right. Do you charge? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, free work.
Right.
I quit my job to do this. You know.
Right. So I say that to say this. When did it go from? When did it's kind of what you had said in mind. When did it go from being just for, like, okay, let me build up a portfolio to, okay, let me use my portfolio as leverage now so I can kind of market myself and get myself out there?
Ooh. I honestly don't remember. It just happened. Like, people would just can I book?
Yeah.
Now I got to figure out a price.
Right.
I got a price. All right.
Yeah.
And that's how it happens. I really don't recall a time where it just was like, let's do it now. Let's do it as a business now. You know, I didn't really have a time. I don't think.
Right. And then with those bookings, what made you like kind of find your identity for yourself so you can market? Like, hey, look, I shoot this way, I do this. We'll work together.
It really just worked out itself. Like, people just started seeing me take studio pictures, so they was like, "Can I book you?" Yeah. I'm like, "Well, I don't have a studio. Let me." And then I stayed with my mentor, and he allowed me to use his garage or whatnot. So I used that, and it leveraged until I got my own spot, and then I used my own spot as my studio.
Right. So with your mentor, I said previously on the podcast, I feel like everybody who has a field or just every man needs to have somebody that mentors them so they can get that right guidance. Because I feel like a lot of people in different areas of businesses, right, try to block certain people out and say, nah, I'm the big dog, or I want to be the big dog around here. Why should I bring you up with me so you can try to take over my spot?
Nah, he wasn't a mentor when it came to photography. Like, he was just a mentor of life. You know, like, he would just give me like pointers and stuff like that on how to move and how to handle stuff and whatnot. Right. So
that's important.
Yeah, facts. Like, important. You need, like, in all forms of life, no matter regardless of what you do, you need somebody to believe in you. Like, no matter what they're doing, if somebody believes in you, that's just gonna like put that battery in your back. Like, if this person, like you said, that he believed in you was like in just life period. Right. That right there can manifest into anything. Photography, being a father, a son, like that. Having like that person in your life that you can go to for like knowledge and guidance is important and critical.
Right. So I mean, piggying back off of that, how much do you invest into yourself? Like, before you started being full time with this, like, how much of your check you be like, okay, all right, let me put this towards my bills, and then everything else is just going straight into this? Because I have no time to be going out hanging out.
Are you talking about before I quit my job or after? Before. I would just use my job money just to, cause you know my studio is in my house, so it's like, long as I got my job to pay for my bills at home, I'm good. My studio is always gonna be here. Yeah, so I was like, you know, I'm gonna just put that money to the side.
Yeah. Oh, she's saying?
She's getting her shine
in. Yeah. Go ahead. I'm gonna make that a clip.
You guys see, that's gonna be the intro clip.
Right.
That's for the P. That's the big shout out right there. I was gonna go back to what you said about the feeling, because he asked me that same question before in our last interview. So, as like an entrepreneur, a creator, photographer, how often like you go on like your intuition? Like, how do you like gauge when to go off that gut feeling?
Right. Good question, brother.
That's so hard to answer.
That's some good questions.
We do our research, our due diligence.
I mean, I really just wing it when it comes to everything. Like, I just wing it. Like, that's really the best way to answer it. Like, it just.
I know what that's code for. I ain't telling y'all niggas my secret.
Can't give them the sauce.
I'm this successful this far. I already know what I got going on.
How important is like? Because I know you've made mistakes. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah.
How far has trial and error got you? And like learning from your mistakes.
You want to know some mistakes I made?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. Like a couple photo shoots, like my cars would be corrupted after the shoot, and they're like really important shoots. So like me now, after every shoot, I put it on a hard drive. Like it stays on that hard drive. It don't go off. You know? Until the finished product is sent out, and then when it's sent out, then I can delete it. But until then, everything goes on the hard drive.
Right.
Because cars corrupt. My hard drive done failed before. So
I know that pain.
I still have it to this day. Like. But I don't know what to do with it. You know what I'm saying? It don't work.
You gotta like send it to a lab and pay a bunch of money.
Yeah, they asked like $500 or something like that. Man, they old pictures. I ain't really tripping.
Yeah.
Still something to keep though.
Right. Yeah, memories. You gotta like see.
That's a fact.
Like, you ever look back at your old work and see like, wow, I'm this nice?
Yes.
I literally just kind of deleted some of the old pictures. When I deleted, I archived some of the old pictures on my page. But I did look and I was like, okay, I didn't see a little progression.
Right.
And I'm getting better. I definitely see that.
And that keeps fueling you. Like, okay, I see. I got from this to this. I want to get from here to whatever I got next stored in my brain.
Definitely, man.
Right.
Like,
that's important.
Just to see how far I came. It's crazy.
Right.
And I'm only 19, so it's like I have plenty of time.
Right. So, kind of like what I was saying off mic, I'm going to say it again. I feel like us right now is kind of setting the blueprint for how the explosion that's soon to come in North Carolina. And I agree with what you said. COVID inspired a lot of creativity to come out right now. And I've been saying it before. I'll reiterate again. COVID definitely gave me a good enough time to sit down and kind of rethink and reevaluate my current situation and different situations I kind of want to move as far as put myself in a better place next year or the next few years to come. Like, man, I don't know about you, I'm sure, but I'll be having some booked and busy days. Busy. I know Justice do too. Yes.
Say, I know he's a photographer. He got everybody.
Right. I'm sure you do. So it's like, man, like, what do you? When's your downtime?
I don't have a set schedule, so like literally somebody can call me right now and I'm like, all right, I'm pulling up.
Yeah.
Video, photo shoot, all that. I'm 24/7. I don't tell everybody I'm 24/7, but.
Well, now they know.
Yeah.
If you don't know, now you know.
Now they know for sure. Hey, he's in Charlotte. I'm going to put his @name down below. Just DM him.
Or if you out of town and you want to pay the flight, man.
Oh, yeah. Come on in. All newcomers welcome.
No, that's a fact.
Yeah, you got to be his manager. We just want a 4% cut.
He gonna be shooting our videos from now on. taking pictures of us.
That's a fact.
Now we podding.
I was about to say something, but I thought you go ahead.
No, I had nothing to say. I was saying like it just feels beautiful that there's a lot of new energy coming out, and I just hope that everybody can keep it going, because I know just for like people in our situation or just black folk in general, we don't really have a lot of. Well, no, I take that back. I definitely take that back. We may not have certain resources and opportunities, but kind of like what I was telling you with your studio, how you did that, we'll take what we have and we'll go to the moon.
Make the best of it.
Right.
As a people, we've always made the most of what
That's
we
what I'm
had.
saying.
And if you look at like art, like especially black in American culture is representation or stolen from black art.
We push the envelope forward every
and
time.
one thing that all African Americans have in common, well, a lot of us in America, African Americans, I'm sorry, we all have some sort of struggle. And I feel like through that struggle, especially with COVID, beautiful art blossoms through the struggle. So, but like you, how what is the struggle that you might have had, and in the end you came out with some great work?
During COVID or
just
like
period.
In general?
Like you're facing adversity, you know, you're back against the wall, and in the end you just took that situation and applied it to your art and just made something beautiful.
When I first started, I didn't really have studio like that, you know. I just had two little continuous lights that were $125, and I made some great work. But I didn't. During the time, I didn't think it was gonna be like amazing, but it really did come out good.
How'd you get to that point of building that studio?
Just working. Countless hours of YouTube. Networking with other photographers that really have studios, and just studying.
I like that. Yeah, you're a student of the game.
Right.
You gotta learn the game to be in it.
That's a fact.
You know, you just can't come in knowing it all. But I feel like we live in such a society where it's like we want an instant gratification that we don't even want to go and put in those 10,000 hours. You know what I mean? Like you putting in those hours because like you gotta invest. If you believe in something, aside from investing that money, you gotta invest with your time as well. You know what I mean?
That's the one thing you ain't gonna get back neither.
Yeah,
like that money you can make back when it comes to that, but I feel like what he just said, the time you use to study and to perfect your craft, that's what's really gonna make you. You know what I'm saying?
And as a cameraman, like, I'm always studying because I'm always watching something.
Right.
So it's everything, like the transitions, the color grading.
What that color grading
always
is,
learning something.
Yeah,
what software you use, by the way?
Final Cut. I just moved over to Final Cut.
From Premiere?
Yeah.
Oh, you gonna switch like that?
Yeah.
Oh, you a trader?
Yes,
I ain't like Premiere like that. It was a little bit more difficult for me.
Final Cut's easy, right?
You edit off of Mac?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, yeah. Final Cut renders way quicker on Mac than it does with Premiere.
Oh my God.
That Premiere render, you be in there all day.
So what's the average like a time it takes to edit photos and get everything done for a client?
It depends on what it is and who's asking, and what the budget is.
Yeah.
My normal time is usually 3 to 7 days. It don't take me 3 to 7 days to do it. But you know, I got a daughter. I'm just moving around. Yeah, and I'm just moving around a lot. So I get time when I get time. Like it's crazy. Yeah, about 3 to 7 days though. That's what I usually tell people. What's
your best or most fun shoot that you feel like?
Ooh.
Like if anybody asks what picture represents you, and I'll put it in the video for you too. What picture represents you the best? Do you have one in mind, or like a shoot, or?
I'm not gonna lie. I really feel like Stunna for Vegas was. I'm not even just saying it because it's him. Like it was fun. It was my first experience doing something like that. Right. Traveling somewhere else I've never been, and working with somebody I never thought I'd be working with.
Right.
Like,
were you nervous like when you worked with him for the first time?
I already had worked with him prior to that. I bumped into him in the studio a couple times.
Okay.
Just accidental stuff. Like I was working with a producer, and then the producer so happened to know such and such, and then we just end up in the same room.
Right.
Yeah.
So I know you work with Stunna. He's a well-known artist. Will you work with, and like how you said earlier, you know, you work with some artists you believed in that you believe have the chance to make it. Will you work with an artist that isn't good, but the back end is good? Like they're paying you they're paying well, the budget is great, but the talent isn't there. Will you take on the project?
I'm not gonna lie, I done turned down a couple people just off the. I didn't like it. Yeah. If I don't like it, I know I gotta sit there for hours at a time to edit that. Do I really want to hear that for hours at a time? Yeah. Nah, I'm good. Yeah. And I gotta think of a idea to shoot it, and it's just I'm good.
I like that because some people will sacrifice and you know, just for the bag, like forget about the art and the quality, but the bag, and you know, if the bag right, they with it. You know what I mean?
Nah.
So you believe in authenticity with your work?
Yes, and it's like my work. My name is attached to it. If I don't like it, I'm not gonna do it. Right. Because my name is attached to that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You gotta protect that name.
Yeah.
But what I had asked was when it comes to your brand growing, you growing, right? Because I've experienced this, and I'm just whatever, right? How do you know when to separate? How to weed through the weirdos when it comes to like networking, who you want to network and connect with?
I really just network with people I like. Like I like their work and I like them as a person. I don't really network with anybody I don't. I mean, really, when you network, you really don't know them initially anyway. But for the ones that I really want to reach out to, I reach out to them because I like what they do and I like how they do it.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't really run into too many weirdos. I don't really think I work with anybody that's weird. I really gravitate good energy.
Yeah, we talked about that in the car earlier. Like, if you have good intentions, the universe will align you with people that have good intentions. I'm cool with Drew or whatever, you know what I mean? And I was talking to him about like being on tour, you know, seeing all these artists. And he was like, really?
Who's Drew?
Drew is Tusi's photographer. Okay. And you know, I do interviews. I get excited when I see artists. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, I ain't too cool. So I was like, when you see this artist, you don't be asking questions. She was like, ain't really no time for that. You really can't even be on that type of time. You supposed to be there to work. You can't even be all fanned out. You know what I mean? Ain't no time for that. You supposed to have that camera ready at all times. Right. Ain't no time for no questions and shit. So like with you, when you going on tour and you seeing all these artists, like how do you like stay in work mode as opposed like
composure
with these people? But it's like you grew up seeing some of these people.
You gotta think about it like this though, cause you have the camera. You're recording everything. So you can definitely go look back at it when you get to the crib. Now you can fan out. Oh my God. I just really shot for bruh. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I wait. I still fan out for sure. Like when I was in New York, I ran into ASAP 12E. That he ride the 4-wheelers out there. And I ain't gonna lie, he was on the bike, so I was fanned out. Like I was out recording, just yo, like crazy, like.
Man, let me tell you, I don't work with celebrities like y'all do.
I had a couple celebrity candidates. I don't work with celebrities either.
Actually, now that I think about it, to go back off the question you did say, Boosie Badass was the most.
What?
There we go.
That was fun. I ain't gonna lie. Yes, being in the studio with Boosie, that was fun.
He just seemed like he's a character. Like
he get on IG Live?
Nah, he did speak about the. I don't even want to talk about that.
When I met the mob and them, that was I have no ties with no media, nothing. I went to see them as a regular nigga. You want to know what my ass did? Which I regret. I walked up, cool guy. Oh, what's up, man? Flacco talking to me. I'm like, Ferg talking about do-rags and all this stuff. 12E coming on my picture after I took the, all this type of stuff. Yeah. I said, man, I went there acting all cool. I should have been like, yo, Flacco, what's good? Ferg, what's good?
Nah.
But they don't even.
They probably wouldn't even have you around. Like,
really?
I feel like
they gave
every artist, they want people around them that's gonna treat them like a normal person.
Yeah.
Cause you gotta think about it. When they're on the road and they doing these shows, they literally it's fans everywhere. Right. So there's people running down their back all day long asking for pictures, autographs, all that.
Artists, like, what you going on tour with these artists, like, you know, right now, and like especially with hip hop artists, hip hop being the #1 genre, and artists like are targets from the police, from the fans, from the hating ass niggas that want to take their shit. When you're around these artists, are you ever like, do you have to move a certain type of way? Even though you aren't the artist, you still part of that entourage. You know, if bullets flying, it got no name.
Yeah.
You know, how do you move?
See, I don't want to talk too much about that.
Go John Doe. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So like
a scenario, but
so
with
like
John
some
Doe.
artists, like you, like I said, some artists are still in the street, so like they might have beef wherever they at. You might be in the same vehicle as them. Now I don't want to be in the same vehicle as you. Maybe the vehicle behind you, the vehicle behind that vehicle. You feel me?
Right.
It's certain stuff like staying with you. I don't want to do that.
Right.
Not no more, because now I know what you dealing with and who you dealing with. You know, like
Yeah.
I don't want to be around.
And you know, now everybody want that clout and everybody wants to be in a picture. But you know, like back in the 90s, taking pictures wasn't a thing. Everybody want to be so fanned out, but like, you know, you gotta be careful who you take pics with, because if you don't know what type of energy he got, or who he got beef with, you being, not saying you, but if you being fanned out and he got some niggas that don't like him, he might can't get to him, but you know, if he can't get to you the closest one. Let me get
and that's the thing too. Like, I had to like stand back and really analyze who beefing with who before I go shoot with such and such, because I don't know if the other side might be not liking you. I don't want to do that, so I just really watch who I'm working with.
You haven't crossed streams.
Nah,
good energy.
And, I mean, everybody know who I am as a real life person. Like I'm cool with everybody. Right. I don't have no beef with nobody. I'm a chill person.
I wanted to ask, like how you talked about being a student of the game and, you know, learning. So, you know, we got photographers like, you know, you got Cam Kirk, Terry Richardson, Gunnar Stahl.
Goat.
You know what I mean? Like, who are some of your favorites?
Gunnar Stahl is definitely one. I have his book at the house right
You got
now.
the portraits, the pink cover?
Come
I got that from the
on.
MCA. That book is fire. He got
Come on. Cam Kirk.
Book coming out though.
You doing a zine? You doing a zine?
I was gonna do one.
Hey, bro, you should do a pop-up.
11th grade, but
Exhibit gallery.
and that's what I'm gonna do. Gunnar Stahl really inspired that, but y'all done said it now.
With the blow up prints. It's gonna go stupid.
The celebrities like in the soon, like maybe 5 years from now. I know. Really, I want to do it for my 21st birthday. Ain't gonna lie.
Do that.
So
That's gonna go up.
In the next 2 years. I should have enough celebrities that I've worked with to blow up.
You heard it here first.
We got the drop.
Now we potty.
Exclusive.
We got the 2 year sneak peek of what's going to happen. 21st birthday.
I'm crying.
When's your birthday?
March 1st.
Oh, okay.
Pisces.
So, man, you the day after me. I'm a 28.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Hey, look, real niggas link up. Y'all not Capricorns, but it's alright though. You know it's whatever though. So man, you know, like sitting here talking with you, I've learned a lot. Because like on your photos, I just have your pictures. Now here, me and hopefully everybody watching, they get to see the man behind the camera, learning how you think, how you operate, what's your goals, what inspires you, everything. So, but with that being said, I don't want to hold you up for too much longer. You know what I'm saying? I know you got your little one right there, but this has been great.
Let's do too much.
But this has been a great interview or podcast, whatever.
I appreciate
Absolutely.
y'all having me.
Yes.
Thank you for pulling up, man.
Thank you. Yes,
sure.
I appreciate that. You being accommodating, cool, man. So I hope all success to you in the future.
I appreciate that.
And hopefully we'll get some shoots going in pretty soon. You know what I'm saying? We'll get something worked out. You know what I'm talking about?
That's a fact.
But with that being said, though, thanks everybody for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Treydagoat, we here. Justice,
N.W.P.
Joey. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We out of here.
You